Guys, here I am. I'm Michael. This is Resolve Life Training. So I'm exactly 45 days away now. 45 days away from the beginning of my Key West to Canada ride. And, you know, I always say, if you've listened to me in the past, you know, I always say that commitment means doing what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has passed. Well, I'm there. All right, make no mistake about it. The mood that I started this thing in has long since passed. I'm hanging on by a very thin thread. I mean, I am physically exhausted. I am mentally fatigued. I don't have a lot left. And I have 45 days left of training. And at the end of that 45 days of training, I have a 40-day, 3,000-mile bike ride to do. And if you spend too much time thinking about that, if you let the gravity of all of that, another 85 days of this bear down on you, it's crushing. It is crushing when you start thinking about the logistics of it, the endurance that's going to be necessary for it, the funds that I'm parting with to do it, the time away from home. And and I'm to that phase of training now where everything is just getting harder. I've got these little niggles, these little places all over my legs. They're about the size of a quarter, maybe the size of a 50-cent piece, and they just hurt. And I know what that is. It's knots in the fascia surrounding my muscle. They're just knotting up, and I try to rub them out, and I try to work them out, and I do, and then there's a new one, and everything is tight. My hamstrings are tight, my quadriceps are tight, my calves are tight. It hurts to walk, it hurts to sit. I mean, I literally have saddle sores on top of old saddle sores. Saddle sores that haven't healed now have saddle sores on top of them. And just, the physical ailments and, mentally, financially, this is stressing me. I'm hanging on by a very thin thread right now. Let's just put it that way. And this is the time, all of those cute, so-called, quote-unquote, motivational quotes of mine, this is where you have to hold on to that. It has to be more than just a quote. Commitment means staying true to what you said you would do long after the mood you set it in has passed. And I am committed to this. I have resolved to do this. But, I have certainly bitten off more than I can chew. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I have bitten off far more than I can chew with this. And that's fine. That's fine, because I'll tell you what, I read a quote somewhere. I heard a saying. I don't know where I read it. I don't know where I heard it. But the quote, and I'm probably going to butcher this because it's not one that I wrote down. It's not one that I necessarily committed to memory. But the quote said something like this: I would rather choke on greatness than nibble on mediocrity. Well, that's what this is. Okay? This is a great big adventure, and I'm beginning to choke on it. All right? As it draws nearer, as each day goes by, I realize exactly, the realization is becoming more and more clear exactly what I've gotten myself into, and it's beginning to become just a tad overwhelming. So this is where it's starting to count. Physically, mentally, this is where you either get off the train or you stay on until the very end. So I'm on it. 45 more days, I should say, of training, 40 days of bike riding from Key West, Florida to New Brunswick on the border of Maine. So just want to give you a little update, let you know where I'm at. I'm not in a good place right now. I'm literally having to use furniture to help myself get up off the couch or get out of bed, and I've got a 3-hour bike ride scheduled tomorrow. There's literally nothing in my life right now that suggests I'm capable of riding a bicycle more than 15 minutes tomorrow. But you know what? It's 3 hours. It's going to be 3 hours. So I'll get back to you. I'm trying to post videos, trying to post pictures here and there, just to let the couple of you that are following this, just to kind of let you know where I'm at. Well, that's where I'm at. Physically and mentally, I am an absolute wreck. That doesn't change the fact that 45 days from now, I'm going to get on my bicycle in Key West, Florida, and I'm going to ride it for 40 days, 3,000 miles to the border of Canada in Maine. So stay true to what you said you would do, particularly when the mood you set it in is past. All right, guys, I got to get back to work. I got an 8, 9, probably 9-hour shift tonight. I need to get back to it. I just want to drop that little video for you. I'm Michael. This is Resolve Life Training.